Yo! What
Welcome.
is going on,
Welcome, everybody.
It's
You already know what it ain't.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
And
A new day for killing.
And winter is coming.
That's right. Welcome to Watch the Thrones. The new show by myself and Aries the Kid.
yes,
Featuring our love for all things Game of Thrones and a song of ice and fire.
and all related shows, books, spin-offs,
Whatever George is gonna
Theories.
do,
or not,
we're gonna talk about it.
or not.
Or may do. Or may definitely not do. Or should have done. Or should never have done. We're gonna cover all
Come
of
on,
it.
George.
Because it's our time, George! George had to watch The Thrones because he was part of the show. So he had to watch it.
He had to watch all of it.
Every single
from
bit.
start to finish.
Uh-huh.
Start to finish.
And boy, what a finish it was.
Oh, yes, it was.
But that's a whole other episode. So, yeah, like I just said, we're going to discuss all things Game of Thrones, the show / this book series, A Song of Ice and Fire. And everything in between, like Warren / Aries just said.
Yes, all of it.
Mm-hmm. But we're going to kick things off on a light note first. And how did you phrase this question exactly?
What got us into this universe?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What got us
What was
here?
our introduction?
All right. Would you like to go first?
Yes, because I'm older. And of course,
And winter is coming.
right?
You, my counsel, speak sense to this honorable fool.
I got a
Winter
daughter
is
raised,
coming.
bruh.
And winter is coming.
I got a daughter raised, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, we keep that. That's universal.
Yeah.
Got a daughter raised,
That
bro.
applies to all universes.
And winter is coming.
I got a daughter raised, bro.
I don't want it. I never have.
All right. So, I actually discovered this whole universe in about 2014. I watched the first couple of seasons, and then, as I tend to do, I kind of all right, well, waiting for the next, season to come out or whatever the thing was at the time, and then just kind of spaced it off and did other things, watched other shit, and then I came back to it in about 2018, early 2019. Was like, oh yeah, Game of Thrones. Watched it, got caught up, found out, oh wow, this is going to be the last season that they're going to do. Oh wow, okay, I got on just in time. And but that's for a different episode. Because season 8. We will talk about season 8.
Season 8 will get talked about.
But we will not talk about it right now.
No.
So that was my introduction. And then, I had to go and read, I started reading some of the books, and then that just made me more pissed off with season 8.
Season 8. We're gonna get to you.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get
Oh,
to
yeah.
you, season 8.
So that was my introduction.
All right. So I have a more unique perspective.
Yeah, his is the best I've heard so far.
Yes. But okay, so for starters, I believe I very first ever tried to get into Game of Thrones in 2017 or something like that. And long story short, for a different episode, it did not work out. We're going to get into why it didn't work out at a different date, but it'll be the the show that never was or the story that never was. Because either way, I completely misunderstood everything about it. Fast forwarding to either
Give them just a tiny hint.
2020 or 21.
A tiny hint.
No.
Tiny hint.
Nah, man, they're good. They're going to come back for the next one because we've already got them hooked.
Fair enough.
If y'all don't come back, well, then y'all know nothing. Because Lord knows I didn't.
And winter is coming.
All right. But so I started the show in like 20 or 21 or something like that. And by then the show had long been over. And yeah, at this point there was still no, when I did watch the show, there was no talking of House of the Dragon until a little bit after I finished the show. So that hopefully helps us know when we were. But yeah, once I actually gave it the attention it deserved, it hooked me. And yeah, I finished it. I did not read that season 8 would be like 4 hours an episode or whatever, like, or 2 hours an episode, like twice the length, you know, of a normal episode. And so I was like, oh, it's only a few episodes. I can get through this in a night. And then by the time I finish it, it's like fucking 5 in the morning. It's like, how did this take so long? And it was because I didn't read that they had doubled the length of the episodes, you know? So, season 8.
Yes.
Baby, we will get to you.
That's a whole different landmine.
She made an impression.
She certainly did. She certainly did.
Anyway, so then that happened, and I had a lot of fun nerding out about video theories and stuff. And eventually, news of House of the Dragon happened, and I was excited to be a part of the movement for a change instead of coming in way after the fact.
I know, right?
And I watched House of the Dragon and loved it. And in the midst of trying to kill time for season 2, I decided I wanted to start reading the books because everyone in my life knows I am notorious for being a recreational reading hater. Fucking hate reading for fun. It's fucking stupid.
Which goes to show how captivating this whole series is.
Yes.
Is it got him to sit down
Yes.
and enjoy reading not just one book.
All
2,
of them.
3, 4, 5 books.
Yeah, 5 books.
So
That's the first time I ever read a whole series of books basically in a row. And yeah, got me tempted, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's still the Dunk and Egg novellas.
Fire and Blood.
Fire and Blood. I'm back and forth on it, but it's probably going to get me eventually.
I enjoyed Fire and Blood.
All right,
I enjoyed reading it.
yeah. And of course, there's going to be a Fire and Blood 2
Yeah,
or whatever.
of course.
The second bleeding. I don't know. And I'm excited for the Winds of Winter, and I'm an optimist. So even A Song of Spring, is that what it was supposed to be called?
Yeah, a Dream of Spring.
A
or
Dream
something
of
like that.
Spring. Yeah. And, you know, I am waiting for all of that. So yeah, and I've just been completely obsessed ever since finishing the books with all the different fan theories for the books, as well as videos comparing the books to the show. And, you know, like, what did they do right? What did they do wrong? What did the show actually get right that the book never does? You know, those rare moments we never talk about.
Controversial opinions.
We want to talk about
Yes.
all of it.
All of
it. So we hope you join us for the ride and stay on it because we're getting George on this show.
Oh, shit.
Putting that in the universe. It's not happened yet. Calm down. But I said this at the end of the recording of our last Mixed Music Show episode. And And yeah, I'm manifesting it into existence. So yeah, one day we will have George R.R. Martin on Watching Thrones.
We will
Or
talk
Watch
to
the
George
Thrones.
R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
And I will present him with my story that never was.
And
He will have a great laugh. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't backhand me.
I hope he like backhands you with words, but like also then like just loves your idea.
Yeah, like that would have been
That
so
would be
crazy.
the best way to.
What if he was like,
handle
you know, I actually had that for a second.
that. Yo, that would just
That'd be insane, right?
yeah.
Maybe
Mind-blowing.
that'll be episode 2. Maybe that'll just be episode 2, huh?
Yeah, maybe we should just go right into that.
Okay, so
It-
episode
it
2.
is worth exploring. It is worth expanding upon.
Yes.
I
The implications of this story could be
personally
pondered over.
I love this. I love this whole interpretation of what it wasn't. Just I love
Yeah.
it a lot, a
Yeah.
great deal. So
It was
yeah,
insane.
we'll get into that shit. We'll get into that shit.
But yeah, and then
But,
of course there's our favorite characters in both the show and the books.
Oh yes.
And I'm just excited because again, I've watched so many fan theory different YouTubers. You know, a few I want to give a shout out to is like the Three-Eyed Raven, David Lightbringer. I believe the guy's name is Quinn in his Ideas or something like that, and he has a series called Ideas of Ice and Fire, where he kind of goes into the history and lore of things. Like he goes into the Irish lore that the others are based off of.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty neat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then there's this one woman who does like the female perspective of like a female and comparing it to other literature and females in literature and stuff like that. She's pretty cool. I just can't ever get her name down. I always want to make it The Hills Have Eyes, but I know it's not that.
Kings and Generals, they are
Oh yeah.
a history channel, but they also do kind of like recreations of famous battles from the universe.
Yeah. Like the battle at Blackwater. A few of the different skirmishes, right?
Yes, I believe they've done all of the War of the Five Kings.
Yeah.
So, go check that out. Of course, Talking Thrones,
Talking Thrones.
and for me, the history of Westeros. That's one of my ones that I enjoy.
Have you heard of Westeros Unleashed?
I have not, but it sounds awesome.
I just found them the other day. They kind of do the History Channel thing too. Yeah, man. And maybe this branches off into another show where you just talk mythology in general because that's its own crazy rich thing.
Yes.
But our love for Game of Thrones and Song of Ice and Fire is so great. It has to be its own thing. Mythology will get its own podcast.
Yeah, we'll
let you know when that happens.
we'll get there, man. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
I feel like I want producer cult to happen before a fake thing. Or another fake thing. You know what I mean? Before another lore thing.
Yes.
Just to keep the music and the lore even,
All right.
But
I agree with that.
Yeah, guys. And to top it all off, we made custom music for this show because we are composers.
Yes, we are. We
Yes.
are composers.
Let me get the crowd for the composers. Come on. Yeah.
Everybody draw your swords.
Yeah, Maple Mix Productions. We do it all, and we do it big, and we do it well. Yeah. For the night is dark and full of terrors.
Full of terrors.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's just get right into a question. Right from the start, season 1, if you can remember, who was your favorite character just kind of like right from the start? That you were just like, yeah, hope this guy makes it. Or hope she makes it. You know what I mean?
Ned. Just
Ned.
like everybody else,
Right,
I'm sure.
Right, Ned, right, of course.
You're just like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm all about Ned.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all wanted Ned to win.
Mm-hmm.
We all wanted Ned to win.
Yeah.
And we actually just rewatched season 1 this weekend,
Yeah.
and it's so funny to just go back and look back, just where we started and now where we are, season 8 at the end, just how everything just was completely fucked and changed and completely different from where we even started from. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit. Can we just talk about how, like, when season 1 of this show was released, how different the world was in that point?
I mean, yeah, that was what, 2010?
Yeah. God damn.
I mean, yeah, man. And hell, season 8 was still pre-pandemic.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, you know, Ned. I didn't really care for Sansa much when I first.
Nah, they did
watched,
a good job at making Sansa not likable for a little bit there.
Yeah, very much so.
And then you're just like, oh, poor girl. I'm sorry
Yeah,
that
eventually.
you had to be such a bitch at first. Maybe you had to get knocked down a couple pegs, Sansa.
Oh shit!
Nah.
You know what, Sansa?
Winter is coming.
Yeah. So, you should have known that already, Sansa. So. But yeah. Obviously, you know, Bran stands out to you when he falls. It's like, oh shit, you know.
Right.
But other than those two, I would say obviously like it doesn't take long to figure like oh, we're supposed to pay attention. We're supposed to pay attention to Jon Snow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like it was the two most stereotypical people.
Right. And now that you've watched it, you know, all your knowledge, season 1 now, who's your favorite? Still like still the same or does it change? You know what I mean?
So who's my favorite from season 1?
Yeah. Now that you have all of your
So Ned is still in there.
and, you know, everything.
That's the only time we get Ned.
Right.
So I'm gonna still keep Ned.
Okay. All right. I'm with you
But
there.
obviously, we have to have Tyrion there. My guy right there.
And we meet Bronn.
Bronn, yeah. Bronn of the Blackwater.
Bronn is one of the like real standout guys from the show. Just
Yeah, like Bronn is funny in the books for sure, but seeing him get brought to life just really brings it all home. That guy played him well, you know.
and he never changes.
No, not one.
He
Not one.
He
No.
never changes at all.
Ah, the Eerie. It says she's impregnable. Give me 11 fighters and some swords. I'll impregnate the bitch. Like, God damn. That's something he said.
Yeah, some of the best quotes of the whole show are from Bronn, and you will be hearing those quotes throughout the podcast. You already heard some of this.
You, my counsel, speak sense to this honorable fool.
And, you know,
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
I'm glad there is not.
now, of course, we got to talk about, in my opinion, just speaking of the show and nothing else, King Robert is the greatest of all time. Of the kings. I'm just saying it. I don't give a fuck.
I have something to say.
Thank the gods for Bessie and her tits.
King Robert is a king among kings.
What,
Yes.
man? Not my bad.
Well, okay, here. We'll do this.
Drink. Your king commands it.
Of course, you can't refuse this.
Drink. Your king commands it.
Facts. I just did that. It's great.
Your mother was a dumb whore with a fat ass. Did you know that?
Whoa.
Look at this idiot.
Whoa.
One ball and no brains. He can't even put a man's armor on him properly.
You are right. I cannot do that because I've never put armor on anybody. Yeah. Shout out to Robert. They did. Warren and I have said a few times now we would love to see a show. We would love to see Robert's Rebellion
Yes.
brought to screen.
Yes.
You know, I want to see Robert in his prime, kicking ass, taking names. You know, that'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, just in his prime, just doing what he does best.
And like we just said, we just brought him up. Braun, we want a Braun origin story. Like, what shit has Braun gone through, you know?
You know it's something wild, too.
Yeah.
You know it's something like his father kicked him, like, right when he was born just to make him cry.
No, that's what they could do. They could just go all in and make it like aim for like the most obnoxiously sad story, you know? And people would love it.
And then it's like there's this one old guy, you know, grizzled, you know, in his 50s, which is like in 80s for that time period.
Yep.
And he teaches Braun all these lessons and shows him the ropes.
Yeah.
I'd be all for that shit. So
I guess yeah, you know what? This should be its own segment each time inside of the episode. Like wish list, you know?
a wish list.
Like,
Okay.
you know, like what is, you know, things we wish would have happened based on the thing we're talking about, you know?
Hold on a second. Wait a second. We're gonna create some show lingo here, guys. A watch list. Yeah, bitch. A watch list.
So
There you go.
I appreciate that pun, most definitely. But we can't watch for these things to happen because they'll never happen.
Not with that attitude.
You're right. What am I saying? You know what? While we're manifesting things, everybody, let's go. Let's get an animated reboot of Game of Thrones. All right?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Because then we can still get everybody back, no matter if they look the same or not. And we can still have all the same insane acting just through their voices. And we can call the show A Song of Ice and Fire instead of Game of Thrones, so it's that much more separated, and it's based on the goddamn books. All right?
Yes.
And does not deviate from the goddamn books. Now, the only catch is the series does have to be done for this to exist. I'm sorry, but I have the faith. You know, 7 save us, whatever.
May the 7 help us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, watch list. Okay, so yeah, things that we wish we could change or hope to change based on the topic of the episode. Yeah.
Or a rumor that we might have heard about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the watch list.
So a Braun movie. That's the other thing. It doesn't have to be a whole show. Some of these things could be mini movies or movies, you know. So like a Braun movie would work, you know.
Yeah.
Go Star Wars with this shit, you know.
I would take a Braun movie. That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Actually.
It'd be ridiculous. Let's see here. I feel like everyone else is pretty set in stone. I mean, I would love to see the Long Night show. The one where it was gonna be about, well, the first long night, you know.
Right, yeah.
And it had the most expensive pilot in history.
And they just got rid of it, right?
Yeah, it just wasn't. So someone was just like, "Oh, that ain't it, though."
Just like, nah.
Now, George has tried to allude to that it might not actually be gone forever, you know, because yeah, there's so much good stuff they could talk about in there, you know. But for those of you who are up to date, we now not only have House of the Dragon, but we also have the Dunk and Egg novellas are going to get made into a show. Each book is going to be a season. And he's going to add more novellas. Gonna add more Fire and Blood and more House of the Dragon, and a show for Aegon the Conqueror got greenlit as well.
Yes.
So yeah, let's go.
I'm all here for it. Let's go, guys.
And of course, let's keep talking about it until it's true. Let's get the Jon Snow show. Let's get Snow. It's time.
Sir, I think somebody has something that he has to say about that. Hold on. I think we oh yeah. Here he is now.
I don't want it. I never have.
Shut the fuck
hold
up,
on.
kid.
What was that?
I don't want it. I never have. I don't want it. I never have.
You want to say that one more time? Because I don't think we heard you the first, 10.
I don't want it. I never have.
This is the only instance where I will not listen to Kit Harington. You know nothing, Kit.
Yes.
But I
know
do wish
nothing.
I do wish him well and put it out into the universe. I do hope we will get the Jon Snow show. They would be stupid not to approve the Jon Snow. It would have to really not be hitting because we all want it. We're all ready for it. I think it's gonna be a bigger success than House of the Dragon.
You might as well.
Yeah.
At this point, honestly, you might as well.
Yeah.
What do you really have to lose? I mean, you have this storyline for better or for worse with the show, with season 8. So you might as well, all right, well, what's he gonna do next? He went off into the north. You know what? Spoiler alert. But you know what? If you haven't seen it by now, I don't even know why you listen to this. But yeah, he goes off into the north. All right, well, that's it.
Back to the watch.
So what's next for him?
Now,
I would love to know.
Not to get too much into season 8, but my reaction was so much different than everybody else's with that.
At first. We'll say at first.
I still don't agree. I don't agree now, but I didn't hate it. All right. Now calm down. We'll get there. Okay. But
I don't even
what
hate
were
it
you just gonna
myself
say,
either.
though?
So that's something that we can agree in a different area on. So
That's true,
Yeah,
that's true.
There you go.
but there is fan lore out there suggesting that Daenerys could be brought back.
I just love shitting on it, to be honest with you.
It is
more than
easy.
anything.
They do make it easy in certain
Way
aspects. That's for
too
sure.
easy.
Yeah.
Leaving a coffee cup.
It's really sad watching the making of documentary because they're all so excited and they put in so much work and it just didn't hit the mark for everybody.
Yeah.
But
even the actors were disappointed.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Because they did the shit.
But yeah, there's suggestions that Daenerys could be brought back. There's even suggestions that even though they killed the Sand Snakes, the whole Dorne thing could still be brought back around or something. I mean, I guess Doran's dead in the show, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he just
believe
gets,
so. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But we never saw Quentin in the show. We never saw the other Aegon. This other Aegon could still come up somehow. There's a theory about a hidden dragon underneath Winterfell that Jon could possibly come back and find.
Now that would be some wild shit.
Right? Well, the idea is basically that there's those hot springs, and so the idea is that some dragon eggs may have gotten left in those hot springs during the events of House of the Dragon.
I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah, let's get
go.
all of it. Let's go.
Let's go. I would also be okay with a revived crazy ass bitch fucking Daenerys.
Yeah.
That's my girl right there. I don't give a fuck.
And I want to see where Arya's going, because that's my girl right there.
Burn down that city, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'll burn it down too. Shit.
You go on and find what's west of Westeros, and you make it east.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Go right through it, Arya. Yeah.
All
And
right.
you know what? Bring back Barristan. Fuck it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Those are our goals and objections.
yes. We have
Objectives.
presented
Excuse me.
ourselves to you. Now we go forth.
We ride.
Yes.
For the night is dark and full of terrors. And we are the light guiding you.
For the watch.
For the watch.